Hello, beauties. So, I got a question for you. Have you ever come across a reading or pulled some cards and heard that the spirit realm is celebrating you? That your guides, your ancestors are excited about where you are at and what you are aligned with. However, you just feel sadness. I'm going to give you an example. So, my guides have been so excited in wanting to point out how I have overcome a shadow trait. Yet, there is this sadness and uncomfortability that I feel because of wanting things to play out a specific way. A lot of times, we have these ideas and expectations of what our advancement looks like, what success looks like, and how we are going to enjoy and who we are going to celebrate with. And the sad part about that, and that's probably the sadness that you feel during that times, that that celebration is not going to have the people at the party that you expected. And it's hard sometimes, and we want to give a lot of people passes for speaking against you or causing different challenges or obstacles to try to slow you down. This may even look like distractions. I remember when I first began starting my YouTube channel and creating an online business, I had a friend that would literally call me during the times that I specifically stated, this is how I'm going to prioritize my day and my schedule. So this block is for this. And it took me a while to understand, people don't do this maliciously, and some do, but they just feel that uncomfortable shift. And so we all want things to be comfortable, right? In a human body, that is what we want. And so this friend did not know that at that time, she was trying to cause a distraction to sabotage and keep me in this comfort zone that felt familiar for the both of us. And so, as I started to understand and start establishing boundaries, of course, that friendship just did not stand the test of time. However, give thanks for the beautiful lessons and opportunities that was given through that to learn what your intuition sounds like, what it feels like. Also learning what the ego, because a lot of people, and everyone has intuition, but not everyone understands the difference between their ego and the higher self, which is why everyone should have a mentor that will keep them in check. And this doesn't have to be a physical mentor. This could be a spiritual mentor. And that spiritual mentor will call you out and constantly send you signs to let you know, hey, that's ego driven. Like, for myself as well as someone else in particular instances, let me just talk about as myself, because a lot of people have issues calling themselves out. 444. That 444, is all about the angel's presence and guidance, helping you stay into alignment, and also you know, making sure that the foundation is straight, and not just the foundation of your home, which it also means your home, your stability, but your foundation with divine, with source, that deep connection, that, my personal opinion, we all should be striving for. But in those moments, you know, that I needed to check myself, and I knew it, but yet at the same time, you know, your feelings are valid, and you feel what you feel, whether you're right or wrong. And that's what I love to tell everybody. It don't matter if you right or wrong. Your feelings are valid. They come from original source. But literally, I would be thinking that thought or whatever, and then a truck rides by with super ego on it. And I know, okay, yes, my ego is highly active, and the ego wants to protect you. The ego wants things to be comfortable, just like that friend that wanted to continue that comfort zone. Because understand that as you shift and elevate, like, that energy is felt by everyone that is connected to you. And so my biggest lesson, because for so long I used my intuition for people pleasing, because I had already been trained that this person is having an issue. I feel this issue is so uncomfortable within this space that we are sharing. Let me do something to shift or transmute that energy. And if you've ever caught one of my videos, you've heard me say before, when we do that, it is like telling that other person, that soul, I don't feel like you are equipped to handle this, learn this experience on your own. Let me just do it for you, or let me fast track it for you. No. Just as God gave us free will, we are also responsible for ourselves in every area of the way. So our mental stability, our emotional stability, all of that inner balance is inner. That means that's for me to figure out, right? So if I am having a bad day, if I am having an imbalanced moment, the greatest gift I can give myself is to sit with myself, to honor those feelings that are coming up, to talk to those emotions and ask, where is this stemming from? Where is this coming from? It is not for me to reach out and just call a friend for that quick distraction, for someone to validate my emotions or my thought process. And I explained that to a friend recently, because this friend was upset, and this friend felt so upset, and this person said, you know, hey, I had texted someone, this person did not get back with me, I saw that person out in public, so I text that person right then and there, and I saw the person look at the phone and put it back in the pocket, and this person was fuming. I too have been that person. We are all wired for instant gratification. We want it now. We want a response now. However, I have been on both sides of waiting for a response and also not giving a response. And I know personally for me, when I was not giving a response, my cup needed to be poured into. So me talking to someone at that time is not going to help neither myself or that other person, right? So yes, I might have seen it and decided I'm not going to vomit this shit on them right now. I'm going to wait. Or, you know, there's so many layers of what's going on. But however, we all reserve the right to self-love. And that means I do not owe anyone an immediate response. I also do not owe anyone an explanation, because if I'm going through inner turmoil, that's between me and God. And by doing that between me and God, that also deepens the connection that I have with God. It also gives me more confidence so that I can troubleshoot any type of situations that come my way. And I was simply explaining this to that friend just so that that friend could also have that thought process and the tools that, hey, I'm going to do this for myself because I didn't want my friend to be crippled. That wasn't how it was. That wasn't how it was perceived. And in fact, I felt that entire conversation behind my back. And I, like, who wants to just think, oh, this person is against me, this person is upset with me over this or that, so I knocked that out, and I was like, where is that coming from? Like, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, which is totally completely different from that. But then when I got into meditation with my guides got to explaining. 1111 was just on the screen. If you've been seeing all these different angel numbers, understand that all of these different experiences that you are going through are literally what you've signed up for. And it will be good to like journal how you are feeling about different experiences and taking it directly to source. But it wasn't perceived the way that I was delivering it. And in fact, someone even co-signed with that friend, was just like, oh no, yeah, that was harsh, that was cruel, I would never do that. And when I sat with my team was just so excited, like, you've done it. And I'm like, I feel sad, like, I don't want them to feel like that. And they're like, no, but they have to feel like that, because you love them enough to give them the space to feel, to grow, and evolve. And you release that dependency. You no longer need to be understood. You no longer need to be validated. You have released people pleasing. And I was like, okay, I did. And now I can celebrate that, because that means that my energy has shifted, and that is opening up a lot of other opportunities and resources. When we think about abundance, why are we not completely wealthy right now when it is our divine birthright? Because we're not in alignment with it. And these are the different lessons that we have to go through to align with everything that was promised to us. So I know that one of these friends is gifted and will soon get that lesson. Does it excuse that friend for talking about me behind my back the way it was talked about? Absolutely not. But my higher self understands, and I still have so much agape love for both individuals, as well as the opportunity that was given to me to go through this whole process. So it's a beautiful thing. So if you are in that space of feeling sad, but your guides are saying, hey, it's a celebration, take a moment and allow both your feelings of the ego and the knowledge and the wisdom of the higher self to just merge and enjoy the entire process. I'm enjoying my process, and I tell you what, I have been getting so many different signs, and so many different things have been happening. So am I gonna waste my time, worrying about how other people perceive me? No, my whole intention is that I am not giving out bad energy. Do people want to hear the truth sometimes? Absolutely not. I'll tell you a great book The Four Agreements by what was his name? Just look it up. The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements. What were the Four Agreements? I had to go through this book so many times because my ego is massive. I am not ashamed to say that I have a big ego. Just as big as my ego is, my higher self is just as powerful. I need them both. I am grateful for them both. So if somebody tells you that you are in ego and you are not in your higher self, just say thank you. Thank you. Because they go together. They work together. You know, so we ain't getting mad. We just elevating. We just growing from all of these experiences and allowing things to be. Everything is exactly as it should be. So don't let your guides be celebrating without you. You celebrate too because you have a win. And I know that my ego is still a little upset because I want to pamper and soothe and appease those that don't understand or have reached that lesson. But my higher self is like, no, baby, they are all right. They're going to catch up. Like everything is how it needs to be. So don't let that sadness fool you. You are in a stage of healing and greater alignment. That's all I have for you. If you need me, check the description. My email is there. If you got some situations that you just won't rant and talk about, hey, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to respond instantly, but when I can, I will, okay? Because your girl got some things going on. If you want to book a personal, hey, website is there. You can go to the website and you can book a time and date there, or you can reach out through the email and you can do it that way. Either way, I'm here to be of service. Whatever God has for me is what God has for me. What he has for you is what he has for you. And can't nobody change that. Just know that you are beautiful, you are loved, and you are blessed. Everything is not meant to be understood by everybody. Some people don't have the capacity. Some people will never awaken. And you have to be okay with that. I'm learning to be okay with that. It's an adjustment. It's an adjustment. But like Cottonelle, I was made for all of this shit. And so were you.